Welcome in, beautiful souls. If you're new here, my name is Jane, and if you're returning, I'm glad to have you back. So I received a couple downloads this morning, and so if you're seeing a lot of eights and ones, this message is for you. And it's about the law of cause and effect. Now, they mentioned about that there's some kind of major life transition and beginning of a new abundant chapter is happening for you. And something about your karmic balance is being achieved. And because I think you're releasing like a lot of old patterns, self-doubt and fear. Now, I think what is going on is I think you've been just facing a lot of those past traumas and working through all that. So you could be seeing like a therapist or doing a lot of journaling, and then during that time, you're doing a lot of reflection and seeing things in a whole different perspective. And then they were mentioning about your authentic power, and because you're trusting divine guidance, it has deepened your connection, or to deepen. Okay, so they were saying how, like, with your authentic power and that you've been trusting the divine guidance, that they now want you to deepen your connection with the divine. So they want you to go like a couple more layers deeper, and that fostering a higher bond with your higher self, because that's really what it is. It's all about, your I mean, they kind of brought up the oversoul a couple times. Now, it's a really in-depth thing to go into the oversoul. So I think that might be for a different reading. But basically, connecting with your higher self is the most important thing. And they were saying you can do that through prayer, meditation, and again, the introspection. That's, doing all that internal reviewing. And they're giving you some kind of cosmic nudge to continue to step into your power. Now, the universe says here that actions and intentions all your actions and intentions are being acknowledged. So you might feel like you're really alone, or at times like it being ignored. Now, they're saying that your inner strength and your spiritual clarity are ready to manifest your deepest desires. So I think you've been really trying to sort a lot of things out in your life. So I pulled out a bunch of decks here that they were looking for. And when I pulled this one out of the box, the very bottom card is purpose, what you do. And it's not what you do that is important. It is how you do it. Oh, and underneath purpose, which is choice, choose your thoughts and actions wisely. They are powerful. Okay, Spirit. So I'm going to separate these in the deck here. And then, oh, look, I just split it on purpose. Remember, to achieve your purpose, you must simply remember who you are. Huh. Okay, so we're going to just, like I said, I'm going to separate these cards here. And I notice that all three of those cards come out purpose, right? So I guess we're going to start with this deck here, and we're going to pull out some cards and see what other message that they have for you. So you could be seeing like those eights and ones in different like you could be seeing like number 18 or number 81, or you could be seeing like, like 88 or 111. Like, it doesn't matter if you're seeing number ones and eights in any series. Okay. Yeah, healing the anger. Yeah. Anger is the fuel for change, but you must use it wisely, only to change yourself. Okay, that's the law of cause and effect. Okay, set that aside here. All right, so where else do we want to go here? Okay, let me bring out a card from here. They told me I should have looked on the bottom. Oops. That's 2 cards. Okay. It's on the bottom here. Purging process. You may be currently experiencing emotional discomfort that is disrupting your inner peace. You know, that 54 breaks down to another 9. Healing anger. Okay. You know, even though we're always going through spiritual up leveling, I'm going to say, you know, it doesn't mean that you're not still purging like anger or fear or anything like that, right? You know, that's a constant like that. I think that's something that we're constantly doing just because, you know, the earth is so, you know, like our everyday lives, heavenly helpers, angel numbers. Pay attention to the signs. Your angels are trying to deliver a message. Okay. It's funny I split it on both. Well, heavenly helpers, your spiritual team is guiding you through this difficult situation. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So you have lots of support. You know, it's the cause and effect, like they said. So you have every right to feel your emotions, feel that anger, purge it. It's okay. Whoa. Old soul. You have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. Look at that. Number 34, source on the bottom. Your connection to source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. There's approval for you. Choose to approve of yourself and others will too. You know, like I said, just because you're having anger and you're needing to purge it, and you know that is what they're talking about with the authentic power and trusting the divine, because it's okay to go through those having those authentic emotions and dealing with them in the right way to release the old patterns, the self-doubt and the fear. That's why they're saying that your actions and your intentions are being acknowledged, because there's like your inner strength and your spiritual clarity are ready to manifest in a deepest desire. So releasing all these old things is really beneficial, and I know it probably doesn't feel like it is that way, but trust me, it is. Recognize the signs from above. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. The way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. This is Archangel Michael. So you are here, and look at all these mountains and forests, and I don't know what that is. You're high, but you're going up, see? You just keep going forward. Okay, we're going to save this one. Okay, let's see here. There's one of these. It's on the bottom. Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Okay. You're on the right track, though. You just keep following. You know, again, they keep bringing up about it's the law of cause and effect. So, you know what I mean? Like they, you know, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep trying. There's another card here. These cards, I find they're so hard. They're like, I don't use a lot of these cards often, so they're really, look, the void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. The void. Yeah, you probably feel like you're alone, but you're not alone in any of this. We're all in this together. All of us. You, me, spirit, the universe. You know, we're all in this together. We all have our journey. We all have our traumas to work through. It's something we all have to do if you want to grow spiritually. This is the only way. Dealing with those emotions and understanding the universe. Okay, it's on the bottom. Nurture intuitive relationships. Others with a strong sixth sense normalize intuition and provide fresh practices, tips, and tools. Nurture these relationships now to develop, understand, and maximize your intuition. Identify sensitive and supportive friends, colleagues, and family members, or join an in-person or online community for sensitivities. It takes a village to make sense of sensitivity. Just like I said, you're not alone. There's a lot of us out here. There's a lot of us that are, oh, there's 4 cards. Okay. Healing others, number 12. You know, they brought up number 12 in the very beginning too, with the purpose. You cannot heal anyone else. You can only support the healing of others. Evolution, telepathy, number 3. Wow, telepathy. That's a Merkaba here. Listen more deeply to intuitive messages from your heart to increase your telepathy. Wow. I actually have, I probably am going to resonate with this because I have telepathic, I practiced it. It's something you have to practice. I used to practice this with my daughter all the time. The both of us used to do it. We used to get a chuckle out of it. Evolution, the now present. Wow. You see, like this is number 3 and now this is number 4. This is another step for you. And actually 12 breaks down to another 3. So you might have been at this level for a while, but now the way forward is open, just like this card says here. The way forward is open. Okay. Also stay present with what is happening around you. Cause and effect. Make your choices in the power of the present moment. What's this one? Evolution, multidimensionality, perfect spirit. And then you have 13, which breaks down to another 4. So you have 3, 3 here, and then you have 4, 4. So you might end up, like when you come into this new level up that they're talking about, you might end up like plateauing there for a little while. But that's okay because, you know, like they're saying here, you know, like you're here, but you're eventually, you've climbed this mountain and now you're going to have to go through another stage. And, it takes a while, right? It's a lot of steps forward. Yeah. So you are changing and evolving as you move into becoming more multidimensional. Wow, Spirit, these are beautiful. These are really beautiful. It's like these are like more on the blue with, the throat chakra, talking more about your, speaking your truth and standing in your power and all that. And then here is like more in the purples and stuff because, that's your higher levels of ascension. Yeah. Okay, Spirit, thanks. Okay, so we have these 2 cards here. Untapped inner power. Wow. You are getting ready to experience great power from within yourself. Yeah, because you're releasing like all these, like with the anger and all that, you're releasing all that. Look, onward and upward. No joke. I just finished saying that. And you have 4s and 3s here again. So let go of the past so you can be present and create the future you desire. Just like I was talking about here with the anger cards. You releasing that is really creating this this beautiful cause and effect. This cause and effect of, releasing all these past. Oh, I don't know if you can see all these cards or not. Huh. Wow. These are quite beautiful, these cards, because onwards and upwards, look, because they're showing like you are here. The way forward is open. I love when they do this. Okay. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, so we're going to save these 3 here. And we're going to do these ones here. So let's see what this one is. Oh, spiritual gifts, no joke. You are in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. Wow, spirit. You're an old soul. Look, another 3. 21 breaks down to another 3. And then you get number 34 here. And then you have 43 over here. So where you're doing all this like reflecting and mirroring back, dealing with these emotions and all this going on. Oh yeah, and look, if you see like 3 and 4 here, which makes 34. Yeah. Yeah, you're highly gifted. Especially with where it says old soul comes right out under telepathy. This is something, telepathy is something that you have mastered in a previous lifetime. Wow. This is amazing. Okay, I'm just going to set this one aside here. Okay, so we're going to do these ones next. Baby steps, no joke. And I just finished saying how, like, one step at a time with this card here. The way forward is open, just one step at a time. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. Yeah, because your mind can interrupt. Yeah. Earth pulsing, pulse of mother. Slow down, time in nature. Okay. You need to spend, I see there's more mountains here too. I think they're trying to, just express like how important it is to be out in nature. This is a blessing in disguise. Wow, spirit. Be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. Oh my God, I love this. This is beautiful. Okay, so what do they want? Avoid numbing out. Oh, okay. This could be something that you're using some kind of extracurricular activity. Let's say, put that. So you may be overwhelmed or overstimulated lately or stressed out and emotional, causing you to feel drained or anxious. Instead of numbing out and checking out with shopping, binge watching, or alcohol, employ more engaging, healthy ways of helping your sensitive nervous system catch a break. Don't numb out your sixth sense. Now, that's why they were talking about spending more time in nature. Okay. All right. I mean, this is something that we all do. So it's just part of the process. So, this is that purging process that we were talking about in the very beginning here with this card and dealing with the anger. So when you're purging, when you're healing this anger and all this stuff, it's easy to numb out just because it's easier to cope when it helps you blank out, right? So that you can escape. But then right underneath this purging process, it says life force energy. It is time to engage in activities that rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. So instead of numbing out, find something that will fill that void, fill that space. You know, anger is an unfortunate, like, I think with this deck, it brought out something about, oh yeah, the anger here. Yeah, anger is a fuel for change, but you must use it wisely only to change yourself. Yeah. Okay. Very good, spirit. Very good information here. Oops, getting these decks mixed up. Don't want that. Okay. So that's what's happening. All right. So I'm just going to move this card over here because they want me to bring out the tarot deck here. So let me bring out a few of these. Let's see here. It's on the bottom. Faith healer. Herbalist. Oh, it's a healer. You might actually, yeah, because you know what? It says right here, healing others. Beautiful spirit. You could be somebody that does a lot of works with herbs or healing plants or something. Okay. I mean, a healer could come in many forms. I mean, you could just be somebody that you can have a good conversation. You know, that's a thing too. Like you can just trigger people by having conversations with them, trigger their healing. And you might not even know. I mean, you might walk away and just like, oh, that was a nice conversation, and then just go about your business. But, you know, for that person, you could have actually triggered a healing process for them. So never take things for granted when you're having these small moments with people. Okay, Spirit, what is it that you want to show us here? This one? Your tribe, group living. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Achiever, accomplishment. This is this evolution. You're definitely going to accomplish this. Well, and then you have this evolution now in the present, sorcerer or sorceress with magic. Yeah, I think you're breaking away from this multidimensionality here because they brought up like the religion, the social, the political, the brainwashing, you know, this web where you get stuck in this web because you are changing and evolving as you move into becoming more multidimensional. So all this brainwashing, you're escaping from that. Yeah. Yeah, again, little social discrimination, religion, limitation or disease. Yeah, you're working through all that. That's probably what's bringing out a lot of your anger too. You know, so you have to be, well, because you're supposed to be in a leadership position. Look at this crown here. Boss, ruler. And you notice follower is on the bottom, but that's in reverse. See that? So you're not a follower. You're definitely a leader. Obsession. Yeah, you have to be careful about that. That's bring out a lot of that anger. Okay, so they want to bring out a few more. These are galactic tarot cards here. So let's see here. Four of discs. Yeah, this is the Four of Cups. You could be feeling like you've missed out on something, or you're refusing some kind of opportunity here. Okay, so you could have had something that has come up and you know, but I also see that you know, and it's over here with this tribe. I mean, you could be having the opportunity to join other people, community, because they were saying how, like, you may be overwhelmed and overstimulated, but finding a group, a community that also has a sensitivity here with the spiritual gifts. All right, let's see here. Whoa. The Six of Wands. Okay. You know, this is about success and like recognition. These people will recognize who you are. You know, the they'll recognize your soul so that you won't, they'll know, because they're going to help cheer you on for your own accomplishments. They're not going to, it won't be this like competitive type thing, because I think that's what you probably deal with a lot, and you don't even realize it, maybe, that you have a lot of competitive energy, coming at you all the time. Hmm. you know our di- I think the discs are pentacles in this. I think the discs are actually pentacles. It's a new deck. I only have used it, just the reading just before this, and I didn't look it up to see if the discs were pentacles. I'm assuming that they're pentacles. Just because as soon as I saw this, right, the page of discs, this gives me instantly, I got, this is like a financial beginning, stability, prosperity. So that's what makes me think that it's, the discs are actually, um, this is like setting goals, financial, yeah, and news. I'm going to say that this is the Four of Discs. I think I got this wrong here. The Four Discs, I think, are pentacles. Um, Actually, I'm just going to read the energy, because I do believe that this is like a community of like-minded individuals here. So I'll have to look it up later to see, if the discs are pentacles, but I don't think I'm too concerned about that, because to me, this looks like, these are all the same people that have the same visionary. They're the same, they have the spiritual gifts. They're all, and then the Six of Wands, this is definitely people that are going to recognize you for who and what you truly are. They won't be triggering that anger. Okay, let's see. There's a couple more here. What's this here? King of Discs. So they're coming out with all the discs. I wish I would have looked these up before I started this reading. So if this is the King of Pentacles, then that is, the security, the wealth, the business. You might be a business owner. This is all about like having self-improvement. Your untapped power. And the cow here represents like Hathor, and this is where like you take care of the people around you. Because you're a healer, right? Because the cow feeds many with milk and meat even. Yeah. Oh, look at this. And the Ace of Cups. Beautiful spirit. The Ace of Cups, this is all about love, joy, emotions, relationships, an overabundance of it. Yeah, the Nine of Swords is, something's been bothering you. It's, it might even be waking you up at night. That's what's creating a lot of this anger. Okay. The energy got really heavy very quickly here. The Four of Wands, yeah, this is going to be some kind of celebration, though. Yeah. Oh, look at that, right underneath the sun. In the Judgment, this is all this healing. Well, and it's going to come in fast. Whatever's coming in, look, and then you get the Ten of Discs right underneath. Yeah, new beginning. The Fool. Wow. And then the King of Swords. Wow, spirit. So this, again, is more celebration here. And it represents another 4. So you have a 4 here and then another 4. And then you have the Sun. So your gods are always going to be leading the way forward. And the Judgment. This is, they brought up the Judgment before too, about how not allowing the judgment of how you're judging others, or allowing others to influence, with the anger and all that. And then you have the Eight of Wands. This is something that's coming in quickly, though. Your inner power is coming in onward and upward. And then you have the Ten of Discs. This is where it's all about family and abundance. And then it comes right out on the Ace of Cups, too. So know that this situation's under control here. And what will come in is far better than you dared to dream. Yeah, the Ten of Discs is definitely Pentacles. Because this is like a solid foundation. This is all about, receiving financial, emotional abundance in every way, just like with the Ace of Cups here. And then this is the beginning with the Fool card. So there's a whole, and just basically what they had said in my download, that a major life transition, a new beginning. There we go, right there. So this is, you're starting a whole new thing because you're purging out all this anger. And it's helping you to level up with your spiritual gifts. So more things are going to start happening once, you work yourself through a lot of this political and religious and social type negativity. And, purging the anger that you have with that is going to help you to master another level. Okay, is that all, Spirit? One more, what's that? Hold on, they want me to grab another deck here. Let me grab that. Oops. Try not to knock things over here. Okay, let me pull out one of these dimensions of light for you. Let's see what they want. Dimensions of light. Okay. I mean, this is all really good. I know it started off with, pointing out your anger and all that, but this is like a really good thing here because, yeah, you know what? There's some kind of negativity that it keeps creeping into your life, so you need to be more aware of that. And it's trying to tap into your inner power here. Oh, number 23, funny, Spirit. This one. Okay. Number 23, which breaks down to a 5. And I noticed that this number here is 32. I thought I saw another 23 here somewhere. Hold on. Is it this one? No, 34. Is it this one? No, 21. Okay, I thought I saw the number 23. That's number 33. That 33 is like a master number. So I believe that you're going to master something here. So number 23. Let's see. Life is wild and wise. Okay. There are times when an inner compulsion to do something erupts from within. You may not know exactly what you are meant to do, but until you act, a part of you simply cannot rest. Oh, that's why I came up with the 7 or the 9 of swords there, because I think that you're having like disrupted sleep or something. Be with the tension of knowing there is action for you to take and the lack of clarity around what that action might be. Be with the tension of knowing there is action for you to take and the lack of clarity around what that action might be. As you sit quietly in that place of inner tension, ask the universe to show you the way of wisdom, and you will sense what and when it is needed. Wow, just like they were showing, oh, what did I do with that card? Oh, the way forward. And then there was one here, what was that other one here? Oh, I don't remember now. Okay, so eventually you'll be taking the step instinctively and most likely only realizing that you are doing so while you're in the process. That's how natural and in the moment your action will be. Trust in the wisdom of life and your capacity to be in alignment with it. Okay, so this is where they're. Oh, look, I noticed that they're pulling out this, showing me this card because you have number 13 here to multi-dimensionality evolution, and then you have get your power back. You have forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine. So take back your power. So again, this is where they're saying like, purging all that stuff, you're on the right track. And, you just need to ask them to bring you this, what did they say? Whatever that was that they said to do. I can't remember. I went blank. Sorry. So much I'm downloading so much information at the same time. So, okay. All right. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and understand that, it's the law of cause and effect going on. And as long as you keep purging out the anger and moving forward and trying to be in the present, and, it's going to be really helpful to you. And, you've done this for lifetimes, right? But I think this is the lifetime that you're going to evolve into a much higher, and develop more of your spiritual gifts here with this telepathy and helping to heal others. You might not even realize that you are, but from what this is saying, that you definitely are. Okay, so I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you have a good day. And I'm going to send you all my love and light. Bye, everyone.